uh, when someone calls me, it knocks me offline. And my friend Ricky, Ricky Wallace called me, and I'm sure he didn't know I was doing this on my phone. Give me just a second. I'm going to get this phone set up where you can see me. Let's see here. What can I put under there? There. There, that might help. Hey. All right, what was I? No doubt sharing some earth shattering knowledge. Alrighty, back to sanding, everybody. Got a long way to go on this one. Heat treating these, sometimes it bubbles up a little bit of steel. If you've got like, and what it is carbon that comes to the surface of the metal and it burns that carbon off and it leaves little tiny pits, and you've got to sand pass through them pits. Doesn't affect the integrity of the steel, but it's ugly. It's an eyesore, so I try and sand it all off. And for some reason, this knife got several of them. The knife orders. You know I'm in Texas, Lone Star, right? I'm in Wascom, Texas, over past Longview and Marshall, just over the line inside Texas from Shreveport. The knife orders, I've had 5 orders that I'm working on now forever, and several things happened, and I just stopped making knives for a little while. Part of it was I just was not happy with the way things are going, and to come in here and do this kind of work, it's really tedious and somewhat monotonous, but I enjoy it when I can focus on it. But the way the world has been going has really affected my happy. And I started doing other things that don't require the dedication to minor details. Like this really, I mean, I could send these out just the way they are, but it wouldn't make me happy sending them out like this. I like to get them looking as good as my 2 fat little hands can make them. And that's where I get my happiness. Don't disappear yet. Other distractions, yeah. So I haven't been taking orders, and now in my mind I'm thinking that I may not take orders anymore. Yeah, sorry, Penn Woodsman. Somebody called me and it knocked me off a line. I don't know how to stop that. I guess if I put this on like airplane mode, I don't know. It's not a big deal. As my friend Ricky, and I need to call him back after this, because we haven't talked on the phone in a while. Rick Wallace Knives and Outdoors. That's who called. So blame it on him. It's all his fault. Well, anyway, I feel good enough to come back in here, but I think part of it is the pressure of having all these knives that need to be built. And it does, I gotta be honest, having a backlog of knives puts a little bit of pressure on me that takes a little bit of the enjoyment from making knives. I mean, I don't make these because I want to sell them. I sell them so I can make them. I mean, I'm not making any money selling these knives. I make enough money to keep myself in sandpaper and steel and keep the lights on out here. You know, this is a whole separate, this isn't connected to my house. I'm not getting weird in here, but my shirt is bugging me back here, the tag in the back. This place isn't, this is a whole separate light meter and everything, and it has its own bill, and I claim it on my taxes at the end of the year. But if I don't sell knives, I can't keep electricity on in here and make knives, you know. So my motivation for making knives isn't to sell them, it's selling them in order to continue making them. I hope they come out not sounding crazy. So I let myself start taking orders, and immediately the pressure of having orders. Oh, you can get a knife from me. It's just that I'm going to make what I like making and then offer it for sale, and it may not be one you want at that time, and maybe the next one will. I haven't decided I'm going to do that yet. I'm really, and I got to be honest, there's a whole lot of changes going on in my mind and my body right now. I have stopped about 90% of my caffeine intake, and what you just wouldn't believe the difference. I can't describe. I've been on caffeine, major quantities of caffeine well, since I joined the Army. When I joined the Army, that's when I discovered coffee. I grew up in a New England family, and my dad was an Englishman, so I drank a lot of tea as a child, as a young man. And later on, when I joined the Army, I discovered coffee. And I drank tons and tons of, yes, hey, anti-libtard, good to see you, man. It's been a while. So anyway, I've gotten to the point where I was having 5, 6, maybe more cups of really strong coffee. Some of it I drank out here in the shop. And on top of that, I had a refrigerator here filled with Diet Cokes and Diet Mountain Dew. And at home, I'd drink a Diet Coke when I was done with my coffee. Been in Michigan, okay. Well, you didn't help with the vote there, that's for sure. So, good idea, just have a stock what you like to make, they sell. Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. So anyway, I have quit all soda, fake soda or, real sugar, fake sugar. And I'm only drinking 2 cups of coffee a day, and I intend to stop drinking coffee altogether. So I was going to do a video about this, telling you about my journey through getting off of caffeine. And it has been interesting. I am a lot calmer, and my sleep, my God, I can't believe I've never slept 8, 9 hours in my life, ever. I go to bed late and get up early. Sometimes I go to bed 11 or 12 and get up at 3 or 4. But since I've got off the caffeine, almost all of it now, I'm going to bed at 8 and waking up at 4 and feeling great all day. I feel it towards the afternoon. I feel nappish, and if I wasn't doing something, I would fall asleep. But it's been a really good thing. So there's one thing that's a major change in me. Another thing is my thyroid. I had my thyroid completely removed, and I'm having to take a replacement, a Synthroid replacement. Yeah, lots of chemicals in it. Hey, Lou. And I suspect that it has the chemicals that the thyroid provides your body. The Synthroid replacement probably doesn't replace all of them, because the way I feel about things, the way I think about things, and how things affect me has definitely changed. I used to be able to just let things slide off me, like the way the world is going now and the way people voted, and how I suspect we've been cheated out of a fair and proper election. And now this the word you can't use on YouTube, or they'll find you and block you, that they want you to get something in your arm for now. I think it's all made up. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but their survival rate is 99.9%. Age has something. Yeah, that's for sure. I am getting older too. There's a lot of differences in me as I age. My muscles get tired faster. I definitely can't lift the things that I used to be able to lift. I'll tell you, when I first noticed that, I had a little project I was going to do, and it required cement, bags of cement. You still drink coffee? Yeah. Well, I use coffee to stay awake, just like you, truck driver. But anyway, I went and I got some cement, and they happened to load it for me. It was 100-pound bags. I got home. I've lifted 100-pound bags all my life. Diet soda's not for me. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water. I just finished one. I get them 100-pound bags home. Gee, twitching eyes. And reached down to pick one up, and I swear to God, it was a 200. I had to look to make sure it was 100 pounds. I used to be able to lift 100 pounds without any trouble. And I realized I had lost some muscle. Getting old has really made my muscles not as strong as they were. That's natural, but I didn't think it would happen that quick. Again, these comments, when you leave a comment, it pops up on the screen for seconds, and if I'm not looking right at the screen, I don't see it. So if you leave a comment and I don't see it, it's not because I'm ignoring you. Honey, yeah, using honey. It's because I didn't see it. 1 cup per day. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink water, and it won't be long. I'll be completely off of coffee. Hey, Kevin and Debbie. Yeah, it's good to be back in the shop. I'm really trying not to focus on the world and try and focus on doing things I love, even though there's a huge part of me that thinks very shortly that our world is going to change drastically. And I can't put my finger on all the things that might change, and I can't prepare for all the things, all the possibilities. There's not enough time and money in the world to create a buffer against the things that could go wrong in your world. Electricity, right behind me here, over here behind me, I can hear the machines running. There's a huge gas plant. They pull gas out of the ground. They pull the oil and the salt water out of it, and then they pump the gas into the pipelines. That's how close gas is to me, but without electricity, that gas plant won't work. Now, they do have some compressors that run on gas. How long will they run without electricity? I don't know. Everything there, the switches, everything runs on electricity. They even have wireless communications between the main plant that tells them when to turn a pump on or when a tank is full, that kind of thing. And I just, for the life of me, here, okay, I'm going to go full conspiracy theorist here. I suspect, my fear, my worry, my concern is that when China Joe gets in office, and I think there's a 99% chance he will. Hey, Nick. I suspect that people aren't going to take it. I think people like us have taken all we're going to take of the peaceful but fiery protest. You know what I mean? I've had it. And I'm not going to put up with people blocking me on the interstate without them paying a serious price for it. So I think there's a lot of people like that are younger and have more anger in them than I do. And who knows, I suspect there could be a civil war, because I just don't think people are going to take having their election stolen from them. Mount converted. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's all possible. And the thing is, here's the reason. Yeah, I saw that, Mountain Man. Here's the reason I don't do prepper videos anymore. If you look in my video catalog, I've done, God, so many prepping videos, and I've done all that. And that's not saying that I still don't have food stored, and I don't have other things that they may try to take soon if Joe Biden gets in office. I'm not even going to talk about them right now. I think it's not a good idea to let the world know what you have or don't have. But I've even made a shotgun on this YouTube channel, and it's still there. Yeah. But my prepping videos, I've done all that. I can't add to it. There's a bunch of new channels springing up that are now doing prepping videos. And I think it's a sign of the times that these new channels that are prepping channels are springing up. They are growing fast, There's a few like Prepper Nation, Slamfire, yeah. Yeah, I made one of them, but I made a 410 shotgun with a trigger and reloadable and, you know, all that. Uh, it's still available, if you know what I mean. One of these days I'll show it in the background and you can see it in the background, and it's not far from it. And I only have it down here just because I didn't, okay, it may or may not be not exactly compliant, so I don't have it anywhere near my other stuff. So if I were to get in trouble with it, it would be down here. Yeah, and they wouldn't monetize that video. Anyway, talking about prepping, you know, I've built rocket stoves. Some of y'all have been with me that long. I've made rocket stoves, wood gas stoves, water purification systems, water distillers. I've built my own solar oven. I have a lot of prepping videos. Food storage, cooking with tea. Yeah, I remember that. That was a fun project. And I don't want to go back through all my old videos and do that, but I assure you, I am still a prepared individual. And that is a bit of the motivation for me trying to lose weight and get off caffeine. There's several things. One of them is I'm a borderline diabetic now. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, you said it, not me. I don't do cupcake launchers. I don't insult other countries' leaders. I have my opinion about Trudeau, but that's up to you Canadians to say how you feel about him. I will keep my opinion to myself. I actually had a little argument with a longtime subscriber, and I feel kind of bad about it, and he didn't come back. And, if I could apologize, actually, I shouldn't have to apologize. He doesn't see it like, he was insulting my president. It was an Englishman. And he told me that the rest of the world thinks that Trump is the laughingstock and a buffoon. And I said, well, America doesn't give a crap what the rest of the world thinks. And you got a lot of damn nerve talking about our leader when you've got a queen and a king and a monarch, and you pay them to live a lavish lifestyle at the cost of the English taxpayers. Anyway, we had a back and forth that was not, and he left and never came back. And, we didn't need to have that, so Castro's son, yeah. Yeah, I heard something about that. So, I keep my mouth shut about other countries' leaders. We have enough happening in my country that there is no need to discuss other people's leaders. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's another thing about some of these prepper channels. Dear God, they've turned into the flashlight salesman. And I'm going to say his name. His Pastor Joe Fox. I used to like Pastor Joe Fox, and I used to really enjoy watching his videos. Then he went to Patreon, and the only time he used his YouTube channel was to pimp his Patreon and occasionally do a video. Yeah. And then he became a flashlight pimp. And I get so tired of the flashlight pimps, I just unsubscribe. Pastor Joe Fox is one of them. Such is one of them. When they start pimping products more than they start putting out good content, everybody's time is limited, and you have to determine what you're willing to put up with. I'm just not willing to put up with somebody trying to sell me crap with every video. So I don't waste my time with them. Yeah. And that's another thing that's kind of motivated me to remove the links, all except my Amazon link. And the only reason I have Amazon is because I'm not selling you anything. Now, I had My Patriot Supply, American Sun Oven, Rata Cutlery. I had links to them because I was an affiliate, but I've removed all them links, and I'm not going to ask my subscribers to buy anything. And Amazon, if you're going to buy something from Amazon, and you go through my link, I get like 3 or 4% of whatever you spend. It doesn't cost you a thing, and I'm not asking people to buy something. Yeah, right. Like, hard to make a vid. Who doesn't have a cell phone? You can record and upload right from your cell phone, and most of these people, their videos aren't anything that takes hours of editing. So, okay, my motivation for losing weight. I'm very fat. I'm getting old. And eventually it's going to give me a heart attack. My dad had diabetes, and he suffered the last, probably 20 years of his life from diabetes-related illnesses. And I'm at the point now where I'm taking metformin, which is a pre-diabetic medicine. And I keep checking my sugar, and it's so close to being normal that if I keep losing weight, I think I can stop taking that. I do not want to die the unpleasant death that my dad did. And he was what you call a non-conforming diabetic. He just kept eating candy and all the stuff you weren't supposed to eat. And he was a big guy, fat guy. Not as fat as me. But weight has a lot to do with that. And I hope I haven't destroyed my pancreas's ability to regulate my sugar. You're full diabetic on meds and insulin 4 times a day. Well, if this happens to me, it's my own fault because I've ate like a pig for so many years. And a second reason is I want to get off the medicine that I may not have access to if the world turns into what I think it may, if China Joe successfully takes the presidency. And here's another thing. If he does, I give it 6 months and he'll be in the back seat. And the world elite, too much bacon for sure. And the world elite will be running our country like they wanted to. And Joe Biden will just be a figurehead. And I think at some point there's going to be no denying, no hiding the dementia. And, they'll make a big show of him stepping down, and Kamala Harris will then be the figurehead. And then it will be much, much easier for them. This is all my opinion. I'm just extrapolating from the information I have now. I think medicine, not only will they use it to control you, yeah, chose a placeholder. I didn't get a chance to read yours, Frank. They will not only use it as a means to control you, having access to your medicine, but they can use it as a means of making you take an injection you don't want to take. And part of it is biblical. If you've ever read the end of the Bible, it sure looks like the puzzle pieces are falling into place. And I know where I stand, and I know where my line in the sand is. And I know I'd rather die here being a Christian than to die there with a couple more years of life. Maybe you don't understand that, and that's okay. I'm not a biblical scholar, and I don't proselytize to anybody. Uncle Touchy, yeah. Yeah, falling into place quickly, no doubt. Did you ever think you'd see, within a span of about 2 years, all the pieces come together so quickly? It's mind-blowing, mind-blowing. Well, I think I'm going to move up to the next grip. Maybe not yet. I've still got a few more wrinkles to rub out. I missed that. I didn't get to see that one. I'm telling you, if I had brought my iPad out here, I could see that. Sticking to diabetic diet. Well, that's another thing. I'm on a low-carb diet. I'm not on a no-carb diet. And my blood pressure is back to normal. Rat poison. Yeah, really. Yeah. Yeah, doctor. You mean Dr. Gates, right? I heard somebody refer to him as Dr. Gates jokingly. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah. How did it come to where we pay attention to a guy simply because he's wealthy? Bill Gates, not a doctor, uh, pushing these vaccines on people. Yeah, I'll tell you. All right, I'm gonna turn around and grab some another grit sandpaper. That is 400. I'm moving up to 500. Yeah, I don't even think Bill Gates has a college degree. Never mind a doctor's degree. All right, we are at 500. Let's see. I got one I'm going to buff. I'm going to buff this when I get up a few more grits. This is 500. I'm going to 600 and 800. Then I'm going to buff it. And before the day's out, I'll have them ready for handle eugenesis. Yeah, I've heard that. You want to see this? Can you see it? Yeah, I don't want to move you around. It's getting there. Yeah. That's when I started prepping, when Obama, oh no, Y2K, 20 years ago is when I began prepping. And back then, tax money for vaccines, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why we started listening to Bill Gates. Anyway, when Obama got in office the first time, no, Y2K is when I started prepping, and then felt a little silly when nothing happened. But by then, I had bought all my rainbow launchers and cupcakes that I needed, and then Obama got elected, and I was just blown away that anybody could elect him. Blown away. And then when he got in the second time, I thought the end of the world was coming. So I began prepping in earnest. I put tons of food up and more cupcakes, and I refined my rainbow launchers, what I needed to keep in my safe. And I have no need for anything else. I have no need for food or anything else. I still have tons of gasoline and water and yeah, Michael Jackson running a daycare center. That's funny. Yeah, got gas, got propane, plenty of food. Your health, yeah, I'm working on mine. I don't want it to get any worse, and I'm not in terrible health. Here's how I know I'm not in terrible health. A while back, my wife and I hired this, I think it was a 16-year-old kid, to come help us do some stuff. Healthy, big boy. And that soft, pudgy kid, he could not keep up with my wife and I. I was really ashamed for a kid that age not being able to keep up with people in their 60s. And another thing was, I cut some trees, and I was giving the wood away, and I even cut it up in nice fireplace-sized pieces, and I was giving the wood away to this guy, and he brought his grandson, who was 18 years old, going to lift up he couldn't lift these logs that I was lifting. I couldn't believe it. If we ever had to go to war and we had to rely on these soft, pudgy, unmuscular kids who rarely get outside, we would be in for trouble. We are doomed if we have to rely on the present day 18-year-olds to defend us from an attack. Well, that's a shame. I'm sorry your health has taken that kind of a turn. Yeah, for sure, term limits sure would have helped our situation. No work ethic. And you got to wonder how somebody can go into office with 30 grand in the bank, as that's their personal wealth, and after a few years come out as a millionaire with a cushy job. Yeah, there's a lot of them. What is it, Keith Ellison? Beat the crap out of his girlfriend and got reelected. And then there's the hair sniffer who is, I can't believe anybody could see all the weird stuff that China Joe has done with kids, other people's kids, and side hustles. Yeah, right. And still, they put that man in office. Just, my mind is completely blown. And the fact that my own sister voted for him, that's even more mind-boggling. Yep. I usually have my fan, I don't know if I can lift it up high enough for you to see, and it's over here. I usually have this under here to suck up the dust, but I dropped a piece of sandpaper down in there and went all the way down and got hung up in the fan. So now I got to get on the floor and get underneath this bench here and pull that apart and pull that sandpaper out of there. That's the second time I've done that, so I can't run it until I do that. Yeah, even this knife vise here, I was an affiliate for them, and I'm not anymore. I just have a totally different mindset about, I don't know what the Smith-Mund Act was. I just have a totally different mindset about selling my subscribers stuff, you know. And I don't feel bad about having an Amazon link. GMBC Trucking. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm gonna do it one of these days. Even if I just put like some hardware cloth over it, like rabbit cage wire, that would work. And I didn't think I would do it a second time. Good morning. Oh, okay. Hey, Grizz, how are you? This is my iPhone, so I'm having a squint to see the little writing. Oh, prevented the, okay. Yeah, oh yeah, boy, there's something to that, isn't there? And here's something else that has come out, that Justice Roberts the not new, but the justice that everybody thought was on the side of Constitution, but has since voted twice that made people really question where he stood. They found his name on the manifest of the Lolita Express. Go figure. Yeah, boy, there's going to be a lot to that if that ever comes out. Yeah, NDAA, right. And that was Obama that passed that, the NDAA. Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, I believe she's an important piece of this. Haven't heard much from her. She's still trying to get bail. And, you know, as soon as, if she gets bail and they let her out, they're going to kill her. Nothing that you hear and half of what you see. That's for sure. The giveaway knife, which looks like this one. Actually, this is a BC special that I'm working on. And the giveaway knife, I've heat treated it and tempered it. It's in the tempering oven right now. As a matter of fact, give me just a second. I'm going to go run and turn my tempering oven. I'm going to give it about another 20-30 minutes. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Okay. Yeah, the knife had a slight little warp in it, and I had to put it in my straightening jig in the tempering oven. Matter of fact, this one had a slight warp in it, and same thing, I put it in my tempering jig, my straightening jig, I put it in the tempering oven, and I gave it 2 cycles of tempering, and then I let it sit overnight and cool down, and when I come out this morning, it was 100% straight. So it's just a couple of pieces of angle iron, nothing fancy, and 4 clamps that clamp it. You put the knife in between the angle iron, you clamp them together, you put it in the oven. Uh-oh. Skip ahead. What happened? Did I get froze up? I'm on, what do you call this? I don't have Wi-Fi here, but what I have is one of those extenders. The Wi-Fi is a long way, so the fact that this extender even picks it up here is amazing. So it's not picking it up at a real high speed. Yep, frozen here too. I'll try a refresh. Buffering. Well. Let me know if it ever gets back. Uh-oh. Well, can you at least hear me, or is it just the picture that's froze up? I'll look for a comment. Huh. You can see me, but can you hear me, or... Huh. Well, there's nothing I can do on my end. It's fine? Okay. Yeah, I get a much better signal at my house. Okay, Grizz, thanks. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow I should be sanding on the subscriber giveaway knife. I planned on giving it away at 60,000. Thanks, Roger. And I may give it away earlier because it looks like it's going to be a long time before I reach 60,000. Back when I announced that I was going to give it away at 60,000, I was gaining subscribers really fast. Too much sanding and not enough buffering, okay. But my subscriber growth has slowed significantly, so it's going to be, if I continue at this rate of growth, it's going to be a long time before I hit 60,000, so I may just give it away earlier. It won't take me that long to finish it either. We'll see. I'll wait till after Christmas, because after Christmas, YouTube changes a little bit. My subscriber growth rate changes. I guess people have more time to watch videos, I don't know. But yeah, it's been a significant drop. I used to average 350 to 400 subscriber growth a month, and now I'm down to right at 100 a month. So I was basing my growth on those numbers when I announced that I was going to give away that knife. And now that's changed a lot, so I may just give it away earlier just because I like giving stuff away. It's fun. This is not the giveaway knife though. That's right now, I got it in a vat of vinegar. And then what it's doing is melting off the oil and stuff that gets on it. Better to give than receive. I agree. When I temper it, heat treat it and temper it, screw tube doesn't like, yeah, that's possible, and I believe they're doing that. When I heat treat it and temper it, it has this black, crusty, because of what the oil that I put it in after heat treating it, it leaves this black, crusty coating on it, and you can't get it off, you have to sand it off. Well, I have discovered that if you put it in vinegar overnight, you can wash it off. And that saves a lot of sandpaper right there, and a whole lot of this. So tomorrow I will come out and wash that. I call it schmutz. What do I use for oil? I use canola oil. I didn't know you had a channel. I guess I've never checked. Oh, I did know you had a channel. Yeah. And I may even be subscribed. I use canola oil, about 4 gallons of it at a time. And this is 1084 steel and 1084, trying it out, yeah. 1084 quenches really good in canola oil. If I was a big time knife maker, I would have some oil made specifically for quenching knives. Parks 50 is the name of that oil that they make just for quenching knives. It's like $200. It's a lot of money. And that's a gallon, and I need 4 gallons. Yeah, now that I'm back in the shop, getting some chain oil from Oilfield Supply Store. It won't burn. Chain oil, huh? Now that I'm back in the shop, I feel like making knives again. All right, going up to 600. I still use that pepper shaker you made for me, Auntie Libtard. I think about you every time I use it, and I'm really appreciative of that. That was an amazing piece of work. It's still the center point of my table. This is going to look nice. It's going to shine up nice. And this is only going to be a satin finish, so 600 is as high as I'm going on this. Matter of fact, I may do a little wet sanding on this. Well, hey, Brian. Brian from Boston. Wicked Pissa. Good to see you, man. Yeah, my people are all from that area. My mom is actually from Haverhill, which is just a suburb of Boston. And my mom is still alive. My mom is down in Florida. She's a dementia patient in South Florida. She knows Joe. Yeah, I'd be happy to pay you for that, Auntie Libtard. That's a beautiful piece of work, man. Would you like to see the handle I'm putting on that giveaway knife? That was a redundant question. Who doesn't want to see a free handle? That is stabilized maple right there. Maple burl. Isn't that a pretty piece of wood? I love this wood, but my God, is it expensive. I looked into stabilizing my own wood, but the stabilization equipment is not so expensive, but the juice, the cactus juice that you use to stabilize it with is very expensive. And you know, I got to minimize my costs out here, otherwise I got to ask. I got the hiccups. I got to ask more for my knives, and I don't want to ask more for my knives, so I just keep doing what I've been doing. And Nick Brown gave me a sharpening system. I have it. It's right behind me in the cabinet. Hey, Justin. Well, glad you stopped in. Can't stay. Well, some people have to work. Well, glad to see you pop in. Thanks for saying hi and Merry Christmas. And yeah, I've had a lot of people give me stuff, and I'm really thankful. I never ask for anything, but I've had people give me stuff over the years, and it's been really, I missed that comment just went by, and I can't see it. I should have brought my iPad out here and set it up beside it so I can read the comments on my channel. And the fact that I have 2 moderators, but I haven't had any trouble, and I don't really need a moderator. And, you know, if it got real bad, I'd just turn the live stream off and go do something else. I sure do have some very bizarre haters. I don't know what else to call them. I have this dedicated fan base of thumbs downers that just, and I don't even care about me getting a thumbs down. That's not what it's about. What it's about, what troubles me is cactus juice, yeah. What troubles me is someone who would dedicate so much of their life to pushing a thumbs down button. No, it's a synthetic thing that is absorbed in wood that solidifies at a certain temperature, and it turns wood, basically it makes wood really, really hard. Well, you just gotta wonder about somebody who would subscribe to me and hit the notification bar just so they can thumbs down a video. That is truly some concerning behavior. And I honestly and truly, I feel sorry for people who that's the only way they can get any pleasure out of their life is the thumbs down button. I feel sorry for them. And if there was something I could say to make them feel better, I'd say it, even if it was apologizing for something I wouldn't need to. I just don't want anybody to feel that bad towards me that they dedicate a large portion of their life and time to following me and subscribing to me so they can thumbs down my video. That's concerning that people would, I don't have many of them. I got like 4 dedicated ones. And I have a feeling I know who 2 of them are. One of them was a stalker that I blocked, and it's a woman, and she's evil. And I blocked her from my YouTube channel. And then like 2 years later, I unblocked her. And I don't know how she knew it. Yeah. Yeah, and anyway, I don't know how she knew that I unblocked her. She started commenting again. And within, 1 or 2 comments, with 1 or 2 comments, I ended up blocking her again. She truly was a hate-filled, evil person. And then she found my Facebook page. And, I have my family on my Facebook page. Son, daughter, sisters, family. Yeah. Well, she found my Facebook page, and I found a way to block her on that too. But I have a feeling that she is she's so bizarre. Her personality is so, excuse me, I'm going to say it. Her personality is so fucked up that that's a concerning person. If she was a man, I would be worried that I would bump into her or him, But I think she's one of my dedicated thumbs downers. I'm nearly certain of it. And if she was, just a bit more of a psychopath, she'd probably come try to kill me or something. And her name is Alma Deckard. And it all started, I threw away some 4th of July decorations. And the only reason I had them was somebody threw them away, and there were these little plastic flags that had wooden dowels on them. So I pulled them out of the garbage and brought them home. I didn't catch that, Grizz, how you can tell. I'll look at the replay. So I pulled them out of the garbage and I brought them home, and when I got them home, I pulled the staples out of the dowels and threw them little plastic 4th of July decorations away. And she insisted I should have took those 4th of July decorations to VFW and had them dispose of them properly. And I said, well, it's not a flag, they're 4th of July decorations, they're Chinese, they're plastic, they're, you're supposed to take anything red, white, and blue to a wild hog. Yeah, anyway, that's what began our little clash, me and her. I said, you are being very weird about, Chinese decorations. I don't know why you're doing this, but would you please knock it off? I even went and showed, I pulled them back out of my garbage, and I did a little video showing that they're plastic 4th of July decorations. They are in no way, shape, or form an American flag. And she just kept on. She wouldn't go away. So I blocked her. And that's when my thumbs down on every single video started. So she continued to subscribe to me and get notifications for years. Then I unblocked her. And almost immediately she went back to leaving the same kind of just ugly comments. She was truly an evil, unhappy, miserable person. And, you know, I just feel sorry for people that can't find a way to be happy without hurting others. And then there's this guy. Here's another one. This is I don't want to say all millennials are like this, but this is a common millennial feeling that simply because they want something, they should have it. And I had somebody steal the video. Yeah. I had somebody steal one of my videos. And, you know, Google, they care so much about copyright theft, copyright violations, that they have designed an algorithm that lets you, the owner of the video, know when somebody else has put it on their channel. That's how important copyright violations are to YouTube, that they designed this algorithm just to take care of that. Yeah. Only real flags. Yeah, I mean, I'm a veteran, I'm a patriot, and I love my country, and believe me, if it was a real flag, I'd have done the right thing with it. I have 2 flags flying, you know, I'm a flag flying patriot. Well, God, I forgot what I was talking about now. Oh, yeah, the guy stole my video. So I went to his channel where my stolen video was, and I said something along this line, very politely, without being threatening. I said, you know, YouTube takes copyright violations very seriously. That is my video you've taken. I'm going to leave you alone, and all you got to do is put a link to my channel and keep this video up. And instead of being logical and, you know, being a reasonable man, he starts mocking me. He goes, go ahead, take your best shot. I've beat copyright strikes many times, and there's no way around this. The guy clearly stole my video. So I went from there, I went to the copyright violation form, I filled out the form, I put the video in that he stole, and within minutes he had a copyright strike, which is a pretty serious thing on YouTube. 2 or 3 of them and you lose your whole channel. The thing is, his entire channel was other people's videos. And he thought he was just too smart for YouTube, that they wouldn't catch him because he had this little disclaimer at the bottom of his videos that he was allowed to use, some law allowed him to use other people's property videos. And he thought he could outsmart YouTube by putting this little disclaimer at the bottom of his videos. So then he comes to my channel, and who'd have thought, but he has multiple channels, and he starts leaving comments on my, you know, ugly comments. And I said, look, man, I gave you a chance to do the right thing and avoid a copyright strike, and you refused. Not only did you refuse, but you mocked me and taunted me that you were smarter than YouTube. And he still didn't get that taking somebody else's property was wrong. And he kept making excuses, like he would say, well, I don't care if somebody uses my videos. Dude, none of your videos are your videos. All your videos are somebody else's videos that you've made a video of. And what he did was take 3 videos that belonged to other people, put them together, and my video was one of them. So I guess in his mind that was his video. And it just, his mindset and his thought process was so bizarre that in his mind he thought it was okay to take people's property simply because he wanted it. And I had to stop arguing with him. It was just driving me nuts. I didn't know what to, at that point, I didn't know what to say to him, you know? And that is the mindset of the snowflake generation, is that they should get anything they want just because they want it. Yeah. And they're cashing in. Yeah, I don't know how they get away with it, but you'll never see that on my channel. Everything on my channel is mine. And I check my copyright thing frequently. I'll tell you the one I've made a lot of money on, Google AdSense wise, is a well drilling video. And I had somebody take that and put it on their channel and claim it was theirs. And who knows how much AdSense they made on that. I didn't get any of it. But he had a copyright violation. And then he wrote me an email asking me, begging me to, I have the opportunity to remove the copyright strike. But that guy, all his videos were stolen videos. His entire channel was stolen work. And I didn't. And this guy that recently stole a video of mine, if he had still, at that point, after receiving a copyright violation, I still would have removed it if he had just said, okay, sorry, man, you know, I've removed your video. I shouldn't have done that. And I'd have removed my copyright strike, because they are serious. And he had a lot of time put into his channel, but his time was mostly devoted to taking other people's videos. I subscribe to Newsmax, and they're about to annoy the crap out of me. I know they probably don't have big time commercials like Fox and CNN, but I keep getting, I'm subscribed to their text breaking news thing, and they keep sending me ads too, and I'm about ready to stop that. I want news, but I don't want people to use my phone as a means to show me a commercial. Well, I'm about, oh my gosh, 63 minutes? That's way more talking than I would put anybody through. I think I'm going to hang it up, y'all. I'm going to buff this. I'm going to buff the other one. And I think that's it. I have these 3 here that I can put handles on. I think I'm going to try to get that far today, get handles on 3 of them. And I'll work on 3 more tomorrow. So thank you all for watching and taking part in the conversation. We'll see you again.